I have many personal memories of Christmases past, but this is one that has a special place in my heart. The poem I'm about to read to you was published on December 23rd in the Troy Sentinel newspaper in upstate New York anonymously. The author has been disputed over the years. Many books have been authored by Clement Clark Moore since 1837. Despite claims of authorship by Henry Livingston Jr. and his family. History does not reveal any earth-shaking events in 1823, but the years that bracket this period give some interesting insight about this time in our history. In 1821, Napoleon dies on St. Helena in the South Atlantic. Missouri gained its statehood as our 24th state in 1821. In 1823, the Monroe Doctrine was adopted and greatly affected American foreign policy in dealing with Europe, and gave the world this great poem. In 1824, the Bureau of Indian Affairs was created. In 1825, aluminum is discovered and isolated by Hans Ørsted. And the first photographic light-sensitive images were created using silver chloride, 1 year later to be transferred to a metal pewter plate. This poem is one of the oldest and most popular Christmas poems ever, and is called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," with the original lyrics. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Dunder and Blixen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves from the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and the pawing of each little hoof, as I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."